Only one kid in history had ever attempted what Benny was about to. And he got eaten. So we were worried. Real worried. Even when Benny brought out the secret weapon. Shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher. PF Flyers.
We can't let him do this, man.
All right. Happy hump day, everybody. How we doing? Blair, how we doing?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
We good? We good?
Yeah.
Ready to get into a quick
Mm-hmm.
and interesting film review for you guys. We have recently watched the Netflix film Rebecca.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and give you our thoughts on that. But first, just a quick synopsis of what it's about. It's starring Lily James and Armie Hammer. We follow Lily James' character as she meets kind of a wealthy guy in Armie Hammer, and they end up getting married, and then she goes with him to his estate, and then it turns out that she kind of has to deal with the past of his past, deal with the ex-wife, and then kind of a conniving, what I would say, like housemaid lady as well. So we follow her journey, and things kind of take off from there. Let's get into some initial thoughts, though. So, Blair, did you see the trailer at all for this?
No. You just told me watch the movie, and I watched the movie. So no, I didn't even really actually recognize the title initially.
Yeah.
So
Might have been a poor recommendation on my part.
most definitely.
Yeah.
We
So
should have just watched the Hitchcock version.
the old school, the original. So yeah, I watched the trailer and I was very impressed. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good." Like I'm thinking it's gonna be something sinister, and it was none of that. So let's get into a little bit. We want to talk about where it succeeded and then kind of where it failed. Did it succeed in any way to you?
Yeah, and capturing the time, the time period in which it was in. It definitely felt, that 1930s and stuff type of vibe. You know, it definitely felt like The Great Gatsby, and the style and choices of dress and stuff, and how each character was had on like a new outfit each day was actually very nice. I loved most of the outfits that she actually had on. There was multiple times where it sort of caught my eye, and I was like, dang, okay, I see you. But I mean, that was pretty much it. I did enjoy the cars, like looking at the Bentleys and things like that as well.
And that was kind of a good little backdrop too. They like mentioned that a lot.
And then I love the beach vibes and things like that. It was cool. It was cool visually. It really wasn't too bad at all.
Yeah, I think that's where it hit, like I was grasping at straws at where this thing succeeded. And yeah, I got to go with you, like cinematography, set design, costume design, because it was all like you really did feel like you're in that time period. So that's where it hit for me. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other things. Maybe I think the character. I forget her name, but the lady, the housemaid. I liked her character. I liked her. She was playing her role, the conniving role. So I think she did a good job, embodying her character.
Yeah, she was easily not likable.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I'll give her that. And then again, just with like kind of cinematography and costume design, that was all unique and cool. But again, I'm not a period piece person, like you guys know this.
Yeah, you've said it a couple times.
Yeah, so I wasn't like super into it. But if I have to pick where this film succeeded, I would say that I did. And again, I was duped. And then what were you telling me about that review? What that review said?
Yeah, she
prior to this,
the I can't remember if it was a man or a woman, but she wrote for some newspaper, and she was basically saying I keep saying she. I think it was her. But anyway, she was like, if you watched this trailer and actually thought it was a good movie, then, shame on you.
And that's crazy. Like, I really was, like, invested from the trailer. I think it was two separate movies. Like, the trailer was one way, and then what I watched, I was like, is this Rebecca 2020? Like, did Netflix, like, queue up the wrong thing? Like, what's going on? So, I don't know.
So the book, it came out in 38, and then the first movie came out in 1940, and then they did another remake
They
in
adapted
90.
that quick. 38,
Yeah.
2 years later.
Well, I mean,
remaking the
Hitchcock
film.
does that. He's always looking for like the best book and to turn it into a film. And then 1997, I believe, was the second remake, and then now they did it again in 2020.
Okay. All right. So they've done it a couple times, but the ones I saw from other reviews, people were praising that Hitchcock one a lot.
Man,
So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I mean, this was probably a swing and a miss, and yeah, you're right. We probably should just watch that one. But on that note, let's get into where this thing failed. For me, the pacing, it was drug out. Like that whole beginning courtship, chop it in half. Like we got it. They fell in love. Like let's roll up. Literally the whole first hour, it's like 70 dates. We got it.
Yeah,
You know?
but they did try to. But in their defense, they did try to pick up the pacing on it. They did try to like one date, 2
sequence
date,
it.
3 date,
Yeah,
4
yeah,
date,
yeah.
and she just kept having the
Yeah.
envelope. So
But it was like
Yeah.
one to two. One to
yeah,
two was
1
good.
to 2. You
Yeah,
know.
like it was drug out. Again, I rarely, until the past couple film reviews that we have done, I barely like pause it and be like, "Whoa, how much is left?" Like I've never done that in my life.
Yeah, you did for the last movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The last couple that we did, so that's the problem. I think I must be going.
Yeah.
Was like, "Woo, how much
Yeah.
time?" And then this
Yeah.
one, I've never done that. Like I don't know what's going on. Like Netflix is dropping the ball. Like give us something good. I don't
Yeah.
know, or we're just picking duds. Like drop something.
You're picking duds, not
I'm-
me. Don't say we. Don't say
I'm
we.
thinking I must be going with you. No, it
no.
was me, but you reacted like there's gonna be heat.
The trailer looked heat.
Okay,
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
shame on you.
Okay, but again, I didn't even say it was that terrible. I mean, I was favorable in the
You
rating.
like that more than you liked what was the one we did before that too? Because you're like it's better than. Well, not, it
We're
wasn't
gonna have to dig in the archives
Yeah,
on
we got
that
to go
one,
back, but you liked it better
couldn't
than
have been something good.
But yeah, so yeah, shame on you. Could easily fall into these trailer traps. That's what we gonna call them. These little
Trailer traps, huh?
These trailers will get you anytime. I'm like, oh,
Man.
this look good.
Man.
Duh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to the pacing. It was just drug out. It was 2 hours, right? 2 hours. Let me look.
It's 2 hours and I want to say 1 or 3 minutes, something like that.
Yeah,
If
2
you-
hours too long. Like, let's wrap it
But
up.
the funny thing is it's the same runtime as the original Rebecca in 1940.
And it was okay. Well, look, I guess they covered every page of the book, but some things just need to be cut for screen. Like,
But that's the thing though, is like, so you got to think about it, is like, where did Hitchcock go right versus where did this Rebecca go wrong, because it's
Yeah.
the exact same runtime.
yeah, well, it took a left somewhere.
One's more interesting than the other. One's a classic and one's
Yeah.
it's definitely forgettable.
Yeah. Besides the pacing and it being drug out, a little predictable with the whole poor girl meeting the rich man being swept off her feet. So kind of something that we've seen before, but it's hard to also judge it because, like you said, it is based on a book and
Right,
it is
right, and
you
it's
know,
already been done a couple times.
So yep. So it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
the
hard.
thing
Like,
is, all right. So here's the thing: if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna dig up something from the past and you're gonna redo it, you got to give your own spin and your own take on it. Now, granted, they did try to do that in the beginning with the whole like the dates and things like that, and it did have like a little bit of a modern feel to it. But it to me it just wasn't interesting as a developing of the characters. You know, she wasn't really intertwined and mixed into the plot. Where it's like, how does she come out of this alive? What is it that she does? You know, it's just like that character journey isn't deep enough and it isn't strong enough
yeah.
for us. So which is why like you being, irritated with like the beginning, that's one part of it, but it's just really the film as a whole, right? Because if they pick you up from the beginning into the back end of the film, you can care less about what happened in the first 10 to 15.
Yeah.
Because you would be so trapped and so just invested in the
Yeah.
final hour and a half where you're like, you didn't
Well,
even think about the first 30.
they
But
didn't do that.
because
Yeah.
of that, right, you're like, man, the beginning was terrible, the middle was terrible, the end was terrible, the whole thing was terrible. Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
at one point I did text you. I was like, okay, I think it's about to start jumping off. Like,
It didn't jump off though.
right. So I'm thinking like, okay, this is gonna be that We're gonna get things rolling, and then again, it was just like a little bit of up, and then that was it. Like it picked up very slightly, you know, with things starting to unfold. Basically, she's starting to realize, like, okay, this person is conniving. Okay, he did this. Is he, you know, darker than I thought? Like, is this the man I married? Like, is this the man I truly love? Like, blah blah blah. Like, what's he hiding? Basically.
So that was one of the things that bothered me.
Go ahead.
For me, it was like the film was deliberately trying to mislead you in a way, because if he like, you know, quote unquote, whatever did what he did, you know, because we're not trying to spoil, right, whatever. So when he
check it out or don't.
Yeah, when he allegedly did what he did, right? If it was just as simple as that, then why did he go through this whole thing of like freezing her out, like in the house, and making it seem as if, like, you know, he's regretting being married and not liking her and being in love with her, and like, you know, he can't live right, and she can't live up to the Rebecca footsteps and all of that, right? It's just like, that's dumb, because if we're sitting here watching that and it's like, man, this dude really loved this Rebecca, and like, and she's so perfect, and she's so, you know, and like, I'm never gonna meet another girl like her.
You're spot on. You're spot on with what you're saying, because they basically. I mean, I get misleading is like part of the story, but this was not it.
But this is deliberate. This
is a plot hole.
You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. It was confusing
because I was like, okay.
And like for the whole movie, it's Rebecca. Every person that meets her, oh, she was the most beautiful thing you ever seen. She was perfect. You'll never be her. You'll never be her. You'll never be her.
Yeah.
And then we get towards
because she's wearing his dress, like the dress.
Right.
Like,
he was like, change, right? Because it's like to me, if you didn't like whatever, right? Like the part that we're not trying to spoil. If it was really that case, you wouldn't have cared that she came down in that red dress.
Yeah, you'd been like, okay, cool, it fit.
The only person, right, cool, it fit. The only person that should have been tripping from beginning to end is the lady that was running the house. That's it.
Yeah.
But again, even the people, like it's just like when you finally find out what is supposed to be the twist, is supposed to be the whatever.
You're confused. You're not even like. You're not even like, look, like you're just.
It's dumb, because then you're just like, okay, wow. So all of these people feel this way about her, and you know
It was a massive plot hole. I guess it was meant to trick us, but instead, you guys, like the filmmaker, it wasn't well executed. That's basically what it was at the end of the day.
That's basically what it is. I know I'm trying to like not spoil the film, so I'm just shutting up now. I'm like, I can't, because it's
just like that's the gist of it, the pacing, and then there's a little bit of plot holes here and there that kind of don't. I mean, they don't resolve themselves, and as a whole, it just makes the film unenjoyable.
Right. And that's the thing, right? It's like if you're gonna deliberately mislead people and things like that, then you got to pay it off later. And the thing is that they don't really pay it off later. And by the time that they attempt to like somewhat pay it off, right, everyone's done, and it's just like I can care less about this film, you know. And then the ending, which is obviously the big thing that everyone knows, and you know, and is seen in the Hitchcock and stuff, is just like we don't even care at that point.
Yeah. Yep. 100% agreed. But let's get into the ratings a little bit. Okay. So, IMDb was very, very favorable. But again, this is more of the people. The people have spoken, and they gave this thing. The peeps. Yeah, the peoples. They gave this a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 41%, which is probably more along the lines of where we were, where we were going. But let's get into the Slate rate. As you know, we scale on originality and entertainment. So, out of 5 on originality, what do you have?
1.
Yeah. It is based on a book. It is done, 2 other times?
Yep, 2 other times.
So, I mean, can it be that original?
The thing is, but you know that doesn't necessarily count when we think about the Invisible Man, and then that was a remake. Again, you can get it. You can get it right.
Right. You can make it, You can put your own little spin on it, make it original.
Yeah.
This person did not do that.
It right.
And then entertainment, 1 to 5.
Oh, dang.
That entertainment gets you.
Yeah. I was gonna say 3 as far as entertainment goes, but I just don't find it that nah.
That would have been high praise.
I say it's a 2 as far as entertainment goes.
Yep. So I'm actually probably switching mine for you. So I'll go 2 on originality, just because I'm gonna respect the classics, and it was based on a book. They can't help that. Like, people adapt books all the time.
No, you mean they can't help it? What the heck is you talking about?
They could have.
They could have made a whole other completely different movie.
Yeah, but people, adaptations are a thing. So I'm not gonna knock them.
No, you don't get a pass for that, because then all you do is then further adapt the script or the
if it's
the
a book you love.
I know, but then you put your twist, you put your style, you put your whatever on it. So you don't get a pass for that.
I'm still giving it a 2 on originality. As far as entertainment, it was pretty boring. I don't think it was worse than I Think I Must Be Going, which is the last film that we reviewed.
No, I wouldn't.
It's better than that, because that
I Must Be Going is better.
Okay, you lost your dang mind. I don't even know what happened, and that must be good. But yeah, Rebecca was definitely better than the last one we reviewed. I'm gonna go 1 on entertainment. I was not pleased. So I got it at 3. I got it at 3 out of 10. Blair's got it at 3 out of 10 as well. Yep. That's where we sit. We favoring along the 40%. Check it out if you guys want to. But yeah, we don't recommend it. Shoot us some recommendations, because obviously we're not good pickers. And I'm over here. Blair,
are not good pickers.
You picked something that wasn't good. I think
you wouldn't pick what I would want to pick. I would be wanting to pick. I would want to know.
You heard it here first.
No, that's not true, because
he's picking the next movie. You picking the next one.
Nah, because I pick all time. Like, I just pick, like, I may just snatch a movie from 1985.
Then let's do it.
Then
let's do it.
What we should do, though, and obviously
now
they
trying to
hearing
switch
it
up
first.
because no.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying whenever a Christmas flick comes out, we should do that just for the season.
There's been 2 that dropped on Netflix already. Are you sure you want to do this?
Well, there you go. Just give me one of the 2 and we'll watch it.
I done sized them up. I was like, oh gosh. So
you already seen what they look like?
I've already seen one too.
Not looking good.
Corny, but that's typically that Christmas. I mean,
see, but that's a whole right. That's a whole.
We'll get into this Christmas genre, because we got some hitters for Christmas.
Yeah, we do though.
Like, let me tell you about these Christmas films. First of all,
about that Turbo Man doll.
I'm talking Jack Frost. Like, I'm going all the way back.
You tripping on that Jack Frost.
Stop. Don't.
You had me watch that too many times when we was a kid.
I had that mug on repeat. Like, that movie was hitting to me. Snow Dad better than No Dad.
Oh, man.
That's
Oh, man.
We're going to probably put that in for Movie Line Monday.
Oh, man. But, yeah.
This coming Monday, I'm going to do that quote, and I want y'all to prove to us that you watch this podcast and go on our IG page and actually
good luck with that.
Comment the movie.
Yeah, so it'll be fun to do the Christmas one, because again, that's a whole genre, and there's a whole.
Should we try to do Thanksgiving first? Should we not stop disrespecting Thanksgiving?
There's a Thanksgiving movie?
There are some, yeah.
I don't know any.
We can find some. Somebody said, I saw a meme, was like, y'all better stop disrespecting Thanksgiving. That's why your mac and cheese is always dry at Christmas. But there's probably something. Now let's just do the Christmas. Let's get right into it. They're already playing Christmas music on the radio.
Because we can at least do a few of them then, if that's the case. But
so that's what we'll do. But this is Blair's call. Let everybody.
I just think it's a solid.
Let the record show, because I've been picking duds. Let the record show that the next one we do, we're gonna do the couple Netflix ones that drop first, just to get the recents out the way.
See, but a Christmas dud isn't the same thing as a
Look, now he's trying to.
No. It's true because Hallmark has their whole thing. Lifetime has their whole thing. Like, that's what you expect from Christmas.
Look,
but we'll save it for the people. We'll save it.
And you done got into the trailer traps just like me. But anyway, we're going to get into it. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do next. That's a great idea, Blair. Good job. We'll get into this holiday spirit a little early. All the days are running together. Anyways, people ain't been out the house. But yeah, on that note, shoot us some of your guys' favorite Christmas movies. Netflix movies that we may have missed that were good, and that we're just not reviewing. I'm trying to figure out what those are, because they've been duds to me. So let us know. On that note, Blair, do you have anything?
No.
All right, y'all. It's the Slate Laced gang. We're out.
Bye.